Hello everybody, I've got with me this National Graflex Model 2, or Mark II, or whatever they called it. This is a fantastic little 6x7 120 film camera. It's a little more updated than its sibling, the Mark I, which I have one, but it is not in good shape. Come on, National. Come free. Okay. See if it works. Of course it doesn't now. Which is a pity. But today, we're going to be having a little look-see at this guy right here. Okay, so now, what we need to do is we need to remove the lens. It's got some pretty bad haze, maybe some fungus, a few things that I want to try and clean up now before I start shooting with it. To begin this, you just got to pull this little horseshoe collar washer lock thing out, and it's pretty simple. You more or less just pull back until it pops over this small little rivet. Unfortunately, my Tolex is giving out, so you can see here that it's a little bit peely. Okay, let's try and not damage that too much because I might be able to re-adhere it. And you slowly pull that out. Now, what you'll want to do is kind of put that focus pull all the way to there. Lift up. Wait, hold up. And then it just kind of comes out. Basically, you're just trying to move along these two channels here. These are what the little pegs on here locate into and allow the lens to stay perfectly straight, even while it's, you know, doing all this fun helical stuff behind as you do that. So that's basically how the lens works. Now, we're going to tend to the optics. Make sure not to lose this. This is a pretty important bit. It's literally what holds, you know, the lens in place, so don't lose it. So what we're going to do is most of the haze, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this very well, you may be able to catch some of the worst offenders there. Pretty nasty looking, huh? Not the best, for certain. So we're going to start then with removing the rear lens element. Through a little bit of looking and checking myself, I kind of verified that it looks like it's between this element here and the element just before it there. And I think it may actually, looking at it, be entirely on this rear lens element, both the back side as well as the front side of it. So why don't we begin by taking a measurement, making sure that these guys line up nicely. Oops. These can be a little bit fiddly to work with at first, but for lens repairs, there really is no match. You definitely want to get yourself one of these weird adjustable wrench things. So far, I've managed to fix my Petrie and somewhat fix this, although I'm missing the tool that removes these sort of screws, so I can't quite get to the lens element that needs cleaning on this the most. But I was able to give it a little bit of a quick lube and adjust. Oh, I think I caught it. So what you're doing here is there's a series of grooves, 2 to be exact, around the outside of most lens retaining rings. And what you do is rotate it out. It's a screw mount. You just simply have to rotate this out, and it is all that holds the lens in place. We're going to want to be very careful, simply because I am not sure if part of the helical assembly is linked to this or not. And hopefully it is not. There we are. Okay, so now our little retaining ring pops out and the lens is exposed. I'm going to set that over there. I'm going to grab a little cloth. We're just going to gently drop the element in. Okay, so we do know, right now, looking through this part of the lens, seems relatively blemish-free, actually. So it may just be that rear lens element. Here, why don't we run the flashlight check? Make out a bit of dust and debris, so I'll probably go ahead and give this a quick clean as well. But it's nowhere near as bad as what's on this. Ooh, Ooh, that is gross. Okay. Let's give it a shot then. So, the way that I normally start is I have this Sears Optical lens cleaner, and for the most part I've found that this does not interfere with coatings and seems to clean without leaving much residue. I am not an expert when it comes to lens cleaning, mind you. I am the furthest thing from an expert in any of this. I just figure if you're a schmuck like me, there's a good chance that you're cheap and want a good option for kind of a weird 6x7 camera. And I managed to snag this one off of eBay for maybe $100 and change or whatever. Shutter is working fine. Lens just needed some cleaning, and it looks like maybe the ground glass is a bit dirty. Mirror might also need to be cleaned as well, but... Okay, so now that we've got that, I can go ahead and gently rub this lens. And we're gonna see... Ooh, it's coming off! Oh, thank God. Okay. So we're just gonna go ahead and I'll just check that really quick. Wow. Night and goddamn day. Okay, for reference, notice how this end is flat and this end is a little bit beveled. That's how you can tell the difference. The flat end here is what goes inside of the camera. So incoming light goes like this. The front of the lens element's here, and the film is back this way. Now, something you may notice here is how incredibly dirty these aperture blades look. They are a little bit nasty. So, I'm not exactly sure how to clean them, but with how easy it is to get into this lens, I'm not going to worry about it. The aperture seems to move smoothly. It doesn't really have any resistance to me moving it like this, you know? So, I think I'll leave it for now. It is certainly rustic. Okay, so with this a little bit more cleaned up, why don't we go ahead and see if maybe running a Q-tip in this microfiber cloth won't just clean this bad boy up a little bit more, huh? And let's take a look. Okay, it's a little bit better. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Not too shabby. A little bit of dust still on that front lens element, but the back one... Ooh, sparkly. Okay, so let's see here. Will a quick wipe on the front lens element be enough? Or is it in between the layers? Because if it is, I may be waiting on that one. Oh, wow. Okay. Nope, it was apparently mostly on the front. So let's see here. Yeah, look at that. Already clearing up, huh? Okay, well, time to keep going, I guess. Let's, continue cleaning. I thought I'd try this out. You know, a bit more of a chill kind of video like this. This lens looks like it's pretty decent now. So now that we've got it cleaned, why don't we go ahead, I'll reach over here and I'll grab our final lens element. And we're just going to double check that everything seems clean and clear. It looks like there may be some previous cleaning marks on this. Woo! It seems like there may be a few previous cleaning marks on this front lens, but that's no serious issue at all. By the way, little pro tip. Nerf darts make excellent picker tools for lens repair. The only issue is getting them off. Shit. Okay, seems like the lens is still fine otherwise. I don't see any serious slop here. Hope I don't see any serious slop. It's in good functioning order. Ah, excellent. That is the sort of shit I like to see. Now let's just go ahead and put back on our little friend, the collar. Now these things are a real pain in the ass unless you get yourself the right tool. Definitely recommend getting one of these kind of, looks like an architect's compass to me. You know what I mean? Okay, and now when you step up and down the aperture blades, oops, shit, there we go. Whew. Oh, you almost witnessed a mental breakdown live on video. So there we go. All smooth, all looking nice, looking pretty fresh. And look at that. Let's go ahead and let's shine a light back through this again. And you can see no serious dust. Excellent. Well, how about that for a 20-minute fix, huh? And it's looking very good. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and we'll walk through putting this back on. Now, if it wasn't obvious, of course, this is my first time doing this to this particular camera. I've done a couple of small lens things, like I mentioned before, the Petri, the Retina, things like that. But I haven't actually ever done this. So, very pleased it turned out so well. Now, first things first, you're going to want to have your Graflex label here on the bottom of this, kind of sitting here on the bottom. Then we're going to try and get this back to infinity, focus, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to insert like so, line up these two grooved rails, get them just in, go ahead and extend all the way, you know, so you're nice and locked in here, okay? And you see how this is flush between these 2 points here, here, and here. Now we can go ahead and insert our washer again. So we'll take this, and then it goes right here. There's a groove that you'll slip into, and you just kind of pull up a little bit at the very end to go over that rivet. And now the lens has been cleaned or exchanged or whatever else you're trying to do with your own National Graflex. I don't see a huge amount of information about these online, especially on YouTube. Obviously, there is a fair amount about repairing certain aspects of it, but most of the sites are incomplete. Trying to find the service manual is a bit of a chore as well so far, but I'm probably just an idiot. But I thought that while I was here and while I was fixing something, I may as well show you a little bit about this, you know, National Graflex Mark II. It's a great camera, very cute. I love this thing to death. It is such a joy to use. Okay, oh, very good. Let's go ahead and let's fold this bad boy back up. Close that for a moment, but this is the camera on the inside. I can kind of show you real briefly how the shutter winding works. As you pull this across, you'll see our second curtain comes right across. Whoops, hold on. Of course, this still needs quite a bit of work. I believe it's supposed to be coupled to the mirror, and the mirror isn't wanting to stay like locked into its focusing position for whatever reason. You get a pretty satisfying shutter smack on this one. And as you can see, the fabric itself isn't in terrible condition either. So here we go. This is at 1, which I think is about a 1/30th second slit in here. Not too bad. I'll show you one more. So why don't we set it to maybe 100th. So that'll be number 4, right? And we'll do this. We'll pull up on this and set it to 4. Now it's set to 4. Behind the scenes inside of this side, it's just moved the second curtain that rolls up over here. And that basically decreases the width of the slit, like you'll see here. Much smaller now. Kind of an interesting design, really, when you get down to it. It's fascinating how this thing works. Now, one small thing to note. Make sure that you return the mirror prior to folding up this. So this, you just give it a little tilt. Then this needs to be focused back at infinity, just like that. You give it a little tilt. It bumps into the mirror and closes. Then you can close that lid. And then, of course, to put this back together here, you simply locate into these 2 grooves, push down, and you get a lovely, complete piece. Then simply move these 2 tabs, and now you've got a solid little bit of engineering. Well, thank you all for watching so much. I hope you enjoyed these kind of short little side videos almost, I guess you could call them. Just me doing some simple repairs or some cleaning and talking over it. It can be fun, and I figure that way, if there's someone out there that's a bit clueless like I am, maybe this will help them. I've been Dylan, you've been watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!